For the last year, I've been obsessed with one question. Where do new clients actually come from? Every barber says it's social media, every marketing agency says it's ads, and every barbershop owner has a different opinion. I wanted to stop guessing and actually start finding out where my clients were coming from. What I realized is I had opinions, but I didn't have any actual data to support my opinions. I was posting constantly, I was making new YouTube videos, and I was taking a large portion out of my day to film social media videos with my clients, not knowing if those videos were actually converted. The big mistake that I had was thinking that only being on social media was the path to growing as a barber. There's some truth to that, but that doesn't mean that that has to be the full picture, especially if you're a barbershop owner or you're a barber who's trying to run a studio. The reason is, when you only put yourself on social media, you're attracting a certain kind of client. When you're putting yourself on Google, you're attracting a certain kind of client. The truth is, clients are everywhere. You can gain $100 clients on Google just like you can gain $100 clients on social media. But for some reason, the industry has produced a lot of people saying that social media is the only way for you to get to 100K as a barber. But that's just factually not true. And as I got to making 100K a year, I understand now that social media is not the only way to make 100K. And I have 3 different examples of 3 different individuals who are at that point who are not on social media as a barber. But because of the barbershop creating an ecosystem that clients are coming from Google, that clients are coming from website, clients that are coming from social media, and there's different avenues for it, allows these barbers to grow without needing to hyper-focus their lives into becoming a barber influencer in order to make 100K a year. The industry talks about where the attention is, and that's social media. The truth is, there's other places where attention lives, and those places are so undervalued right now that as a barber, it's probably the easiest path for you to go to these avenues and grow. The truth of social media as a barber is that online, I think barbers are almost a little demonized if they're not on social media and if they're not actively pursuing the influencer role as a barber. And I think that doesn't have to be the case. Google is massively overlooked as a barber. SEO, which is search engine optimization, is a totally different content platform, just like Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. And I think barbers, now that social media has done well, have done well in that media space, but there's still another media space that barbers haven't maximized. And I think that's the easiest place for you as a barber to grow. Because SEO exists forever, what ends up happening is this SEO, you post one blog post, a blog about haircuts. For example, we at maxisshavingroom.com, we have different blog posts. Max's Shaving Room, Stuart, Florida. maxisshavingroom.com/barbershop near me. maxisshavingroom.com/different services we actually provide. By doing that, you create a piece of content that lives on this forever. So Google, Bing, and all the search engines will optimize your website depending on how much it helps the person that's viewing it. No different than making a social media video that's valuable. Having a website that helps people understand your service that you're providing in your community is also just as valuable, and it's a one-time thing. You don't need to keep doing this over and over. As long as you have a strong website with a few pages that are actually driving traffic, that is all you need. And I'll show you in the next video exactly how I did that and all of the data that comes from the website. For now, the most important thing that you need to remember is that website control, website dominance in your area is extremely important and probably the easiest way for you to continually get clients. Once you have it working, you don't have to touch it. So this is the simple framework that we use at our barbershop in real life. Number one is Google and SEO. This is gonna all come down to your website. This framework is important to understand because it's all about your brand experience, whether it's you as a barber, so whether it's just me, Boris, providing the service, or the barbershop you're at, which has its own brand. So regardless of whether you have a barbershop or not, the framework applies. Google and SEO are your best friend. Having a Google business profile, having a website that is according to Google guidelines and SEO standards is going to be huge. Number two is referrals. Retention creates referrals. If you're retaining people in your business, you're inevitably gonna get referrals. People are gonna refer you. So doubling down on speaking with clients, actively rebooking them, building deeper connections, and also having offers that if they refer you a client, you give them a discount on their next service, a free service, or products. All of those things help you gain new clients without needing to spend all of your time on social media. Now, number three is social media. Social media is gonna build the awareness and trust into the brand that you have. Whether you're a solo barber or your barbershop, it's gonna help you build that trust, because even if someone finds you on the website, they're gonna wanna make sure that you actually are capable of delivering what they want. So social media is key. And what I'm not saying it's not key. All I'm saying is that it's a piece of the puzzle. It's not about just one acquisition channel, it's about an ecosystem. Now, as a barbershop, I think that understanding the main channel you have is crucial. And I don't have every single answer, but I'm learning along the way. I'm taking you with me to see exactly how a barbershop is ran in 2026 and how we're doing things in order to grow. Marketing will buy you attention, but your system is gonna convert that into appointments. The better system, the better framework you have, the more clients you're gonna be able to scale without needing to rely on one single channel. To close this video up, I don't think I've cracked every single answer to gaining new clients. But from my personal experience, you don't need to make a ton of social media videos and become an influencer as a barber in order to reach the $100,000 milestone. In future videos, we're gonna go over website, we're gonna go over my personal data, how much I'm making, what my average ticket is, how much new clients I'm getting. We'll be dissecting all of that data so that way you can see exactly how I'm building a barbershop in Stuart, Florida.